Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Mac back again with another Ruby volume. I had to take the hood off; it was kind of hot. As y'all can see, I have a bad hairline. That's why I always wear hats and stuff. But either way, though, so let's talk about this next thing when it comes to Ruby, which is a review of Ruby Volume 9. Where exactly does it rank? What was the good things or some of the bad things of it? And I really want to talk about a very pressing issue that was quite evident in Ruby Volume 9, but I also want to talk about why I think that issue is there and why I don't think it'll be there for like Volume 10 and hopefully, later on down in the series. But just to start off with, Volume 9, really good, really good. Where do I rank it? I'd probably have it ranked probably fourth best arc so far because I have volume 8 that's the best, volume 3 second best. I know a lot of people get pissed off about that, but hey, y'all really need to take our bias out and go rewatch volume 7 to 8. That's top tier. Volume 7 and then volume 9. So to explain why, I think Volume 9 really did a good job of just tackling the fact that Ruby was the only character that we had that never really had her confidence waver throughout the entire journey. And it was a bit shaky, and well, not say a bit, it was pretty destabilized in Volume 8 towards the end. But, this was her really just at the end of her rope. And not only did she get to the end of it, she kind of let it go for a second. She really challenged herself on whether or not she didn't know if she was the problem. She felt like her plans, her efforts, everything she does, it just kept leading to destruction and people dying. And it reached a breaking point at one point. I think that's understandable for someone like Rui due to the fact of like, she's pushed everybody through a lot of bad situations. When they find out about Osmond and everything that happened with him, she tried to make sure everybody kept going. When it was the whole thing in that creepy behind town that had all the Grim locked up on the bottom, she really stayed focused in that moment. Was just like, yo, we got to get the lamp. We got to get the lamp to Atlas. That's what we're doing. That's what we're supposed to be doing as huntresses and huntsmen. Like, let's do our job. And yeah, she really fought to make sure Crow kept on his toes and didn't just fall in the bottom of a bottle. That's very important. And it's just a lot of stuff that she pushed everybody through, but nobody was really pushing her through. I mean, like I said, in volume 8, that's where people started challenging her on stuff. Yang started calling her out on the fact that things haven't been going well. It's unfair to really point all that to Ruby, but Yang was having a bit of a misunderstanding with Ruby. The whole thing with Ironwood. Hey, let's tell Ironwood about the lamp right now. Let's tell Ironwood about Osmond. Like, no, hold up, Ironwood tripping a little bit. Let's make sure that he's really, in his right mind before we just go ahead and reveal all these big secrets. And look how that turned out. Ironwood flipped on him. I mean, he betrayed him, tried to have him killed, was cool with having them taken as hostages and stuff like that. So Ruby wasn't really wrong in that situation. But, she still got blamed for it. So then there's that. Having to deal with loss. I mean, she got Penny back just for Penny to die again. So, it's like Penny, somebody who she cares about a lot. She was Penny's first friend. Penny was probably like one of her, like first 5 friends that she made at Beacon. So I think it's just a lot to just push onto somebody. So like her being at the end of her rope made perfect sense. And then just the way they really did that with Neo attacking the people that died. I still don't know why they included Leonardo. I thought that was stupid. Like he's a part of the equation, sure, but how did Neo even know about Leonardo? Whatever, we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, so I think a lot of the stuff that happened with it, especially when it came to Ruby and Jean being the team leaders, being the ones that really needed the pick me ups, I thought that was really good. Especially for Jean, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of sad to lose Edgy Jean, man. I'm kind of sad. Like, yo, assertive Jean is the best Jean. Shouts to Chibi Ruby or Ruby Chibi because they knew what was up. Because Jean had it in the bag. I hope you don't let that bag go neither because Weiss was kind of feeling my boy. Speaking of which, there's also that the whole thing of not having to keep playing, pussyfoot around with Blake and Yang and their relationship. I know a lot of people are upset about it because a lot of people think that that's all that Ruby cares about now is shipping. Ruby was having an existential crisis the whole time, but apparently all Ruby cares about is shipping. But yeah, so like that's confirmed. So now we can just kind of have moments of those two, without having it to be all, just awkward and stuff like that. But I'm just like that's not like a good or bad thing. It's just more so a thing that happened, I guess you could say. We got to see some really good maturity from Weiss, especially when it came down to helping Jean. So that was nice. Some bad stuff. I really do think the beginning of the season was really off putting due to like how clearly not okay Ruby was, and it just felt like the team didn't notice or didn't care. So I thought that was weird, especially when it came to moments like when Ruby had to go grab Crescent Rose and she just was hesitating at it. Like nobody was just like, "Hey, Ruby, you all right? You're not gleeful that you got your weapon back. What's going on there?" And it felt like it was they were having to keep looking over it until it got to the point of Ruby snapping at them. So I thought that was pretty weird. There just wasn't really enough time in general for a lot of moments to really get, I guess, not dragged on, but just get the right amount of time to really sink into what happened. And for example, with the Ruby finale, with the season 9 finale, with episode 10, I was really wanting to have Ruby kind of keep questioning what's going on. What should she do? Is it really her fault that all this stuff keeps going on? Like no, it's okay for her to be able to do it, and just because she fails doesn't mean that she needs to become somebody else to succeed. She can succeed as well. But like I said, the thing I'll bring up later, like time constraints for this season were really really weird. But yeah, so just a couple extra moments or a little bit more time, I think would have really helped this season because just some moments were just kind of like overlap. For example, when Ruby drunk the tea, I was about to make a childish joke. Like that was like the team reacting to that was just kind of quick. Granted, it was more a thing of like, okay, they know where she is, they know she's not dead, but it's still a big concern of like, is she going to still be Ruby after drinking that tea? So there was that, and granted, they did play on that moment some more. Like in episode 9, the cat, was talking bad about, was talking a little bit of trash to Yang. I'm just like, oh, you're concerned for your sister, but will she really be your sister when she get back? Like I thought that was cool. By the way, the favorite part of my favorite person in this arc was the cat. I don't care. I don't know if people hate the cat. I don't know if people like the cat. I love the cat. The cat was hilarious, and when he got to his villain arc, he was fire. I don't care what nobody says. He had the sass. He had the lines. You know what I'm saying? He had the moves. He had the right timing for everything. So yeah, the curiosity cat or curious cat, that was my guy. Also, Free Neo. All right, let's get that started. Free Neo. I really did enjoy Neo in this arc though. She really was chaotic. She was a problem, and when it came down to it, she even had to face it. Like when she thought she had a revenge on Ruby, she kind of realized that she ain't got nothing else. So I think that was a good point. I'm glad that she didn't just go ahead and go with Team Ruby. So she's going to really try and put everything together for herself first on what matters to her now, what should she do now, and whether or not she still wants to be a villain, whether or not she still wants to be evil. So I don't I like that part a lot, but yeah, so those like I said, it's good and bad mixed in with the season, but for the most part, I think the lore and everything, the character moments and where we got a lot of the successes for the team, I think those reign supreme, man. So yeah, there's that. But to talk about the last thing, for some reason, Ruby Volume 9 might be the shortest volume, at least since Rooster Teeth got on its feet, which I'll say goes from like season 3 on to like season 8. Because, like I said, it was only 10 episodes. None of the episodes lasted longer than 16 minutes. I think, yeah, I mean, as far as like episode content, nothing went past 16 minutes because even the finale, you have the opening, you got the extended ending, and also the little bit to give to the movie that they did, the crossover movie. So in all honesty, that the episode length with content was probably about 14 minutes. So yeah, I don't know. That was a bit weird, and I think it's mainly just due to the fact that they did that Justice League crossover, and it kind of came at the same time as the production for Ruby. So more than likely, that drained a lot of work for the animation team. So there's that, and I think like I said, it could have helped to have more time, but I think with the constraints they had, this is a very successful season because it's still a lot of impactful moments. There's still a lot of good moments, even with the big time constraints. So I like that a lot. But Yeah, man. Overall, I just think Volume 9 really good. Did a good job of setting up for Volume 10, getting everybody geared up and ready for Volume 10. So I like it, man. Let me know what you think of the season, though. Let me know what you think of Volume 10 coming out. About to do a video on that in a couple minutes. So yeah, let's just talk about Volume 9, man. I liked it. Let me know where you like it. Let me know where you rank it. What was your favorite moments? What was your least favorite moment? Hopefully nobody puts Yang and Blake getting together. I mean, hopefully not, but let's see what happens. All right, so it's your boy Mike Mac. That's it for this video. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. I did it right that time though.